Sadly, I cannot ask you about Don't Breathe 3, but we will talk about
another time.
Yeah, we have time. We have time, but
why do you come to us?
I just want to keep my family safe.
Treat them as our brothers and sisters. Teach them our ways.
Keep up, Forest boy! If you want to live here, you have to ride. Let's do it.
Just breathe. Breathe.
Well, it's been a long time coming, of course. We've been working on it for a long time. A very large and expert team of colleagues have been working hard and long hours to get Avatar: The Way of Water in shape to be released just around the corner right now. It's hard to believe because I've been part of it for so long, and it's been, we've been waiting and waiting and working, and now the moment has arrived, and I think we're all excited and thrilled. It's like we've been getting ready to throw this party for a long time, and we want everybody to have a great time. We cop to the fact that there are expectations that people have, and if one is forced to admit it, you say, yes, I have expectations myself, but my expectations are this. In this sense, I expect, because I've seen this film, I've experienced this film, I know how utterly remarkable this film is, what an experience it truly is. So my expectations are that people will respond the way I respond to it, and perhaps even more so because they're unfamiliar with it. I made the movie, and I was stunned by it. So my expectation has to do how people will appreciate this film, and I have to say that does parallel my feelings with the first film, because back then I had seen it before anyone had to, and it blew my mind then. And so my expectations have nothing to do with box office, which, I hope it does a ton of business, obviously, but that's not what I think. I just think that experiencing this film, an audience will have, it'll have impact on their life, on their feeling, and people will be the better for it, because it's a very, very wonderful and cool piece of art that we've made here, that Jim has made here.
Outcasts, that's all they see.
I see.
Warrior like you, I'm supposed to fight. Protect the people. Let's get it done.
without telling us any spoiler, I think that the reason that your character is back and how the way that he's back in this story is kind of the reflect that people has no integrity. What do you think about this, and how much we are going to hate Coronel Miles once again in this story?
Wow. Well, Arturo, I think that there is I'll tell you, you're right in the sense there is an evil here, and that evil is the corporate RDA. They are a soulless, cold, calculating, manipulating, murdering corporation is what they are. They're nothing but bandits, plunderers, and buccaneers, it seems to me. Quaritch's sin, if it is such, is that he is employed by them. Now, he doesn't see it that way. And I tell you, there are, and I think Quaritch's greatest critic would actually have to cop to the fact that Quaritch displays many laudable qualities. He is a leader. He's a good leader. He's a charismatic leader. He leads from the front. He doesn't send people out to die. He gets out there himself and he does it. He's extremely loyal to those who stick with him. He is a man of his word. There's a lot that is good about Quaritch. The sadness and the tragedy, if there is such, is that such a capable man, is working in the service of such a cold and calculating and inhuman machine as RDA. Now, what happens here? It's like there's a great irony here. Quaritch becomes what he has been fighting against, and I think the great irony here is that in so doing, he actually begins to discover some of his own humanity by becoming less human, becoming something other than human. He actually begins to discover some of his humanity. Now, that's putting a little bit of a neat ribbon on things, and it's not that simple by any means. But, I'm just responding to what you said, which was basically that everybody hates Quaritch, which just isn't true.
The way of water connects all things. Before your birth and after your death.
This is our home!
I need you with me. And I need you to be strong.
Nowadays there's a lot of movies, long movies that has so much action and explosions and everything, and Avatars 2 takes a different way, kind of a James Cameron does it every single time that we see him on the big screen. You explore the essence of each character. You take much time to create a connection. How interesting is having this nowadays that is sadly less common?
Well, I mean, I think that Jim Cameron, he sets the standard. I think it's and he's interested in doing no less than the absolute best work possible. Jim has very, very clear ideas about what his movies need to be. He would produce nothing less. That, if you look at his list of movies, it's, they're not all masterpieces, but a lot of them are, it seems to me. And I think that in Avatar: The Way of Water, he has pushed the envelope once again, and he's made an extraordinary film.